Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at noon. I'm Alexandra Carter. Innovation and artificial intelligence take center stage as the 2024 Wisconsin Economic Summit kicks off at the La Crosse Center today. Over the next 2 days, business leaders and policymakers are gathering there to explore how cutting-edge technologies are reshaping Wisconsin's economy. La Crosse Mayor Mitch Reynolds joins the lineup of keynote speakers today. He'll share insights on local innovation. And today, UWL is celebrating philanthropy with the 5th annual One Day for UWL fundraiser. The 24-hour event invites students, staff, and community members to support various campus programs through donations. Since its inception, the initiative has raised nearly $1.3 million. The UWL Alumni and Friend Foundation's giving coordinator says community support is essential.
It's wonderful. It's great. It really takes all of us coming together in order to make a difference. So it's super rewarding to see people as young as the Child Care Center and even our retirees coming out to celebrate this day.
The fundraiser will continue through tomorrow at the La Crosse Center. If you'd like to donate, you can bring in a check to the UWL Alumni and Friends Foundation in the Cleary Center, or you can also donate online. We'll have that link for you on our website and social platforms.
Everyone looked really bundled up in those videos over at UWL, and I don't blame them. It was a little bit chilly out there this morning. Most of the area was dipping down into the low 30s. Not all of us got below freezing, but a vast majority did. In La Crosse, we hung just above freezing at 34. Eau Claire, though, getting below 30, seeing 29 this morning. Sparta, that usual hot spot, getting down to 25. So it was definitely chilly, and we're looking at seeing another colder morning as we go into tomorrow as well. Here's our average first freeze dates. That's when our temperatures fall just at or below freezing, and we're pretty far behind. We still haven't officially reached that in La Crosse yet. We probably will tonight, though. Usually we're seeing that in the first week of October, so we're a week or two behind across much of the area. I won't complain, though. It was a little bit chilly out there. As we go throughout the afternoon, we're going to warm up slightly, get into the mid-50s again in La Crosse and Eau Claire. Similar to what we saw yesterday, maybe a touch warmer with those light winds as well. Tomorrow, we're going to be colder in the morning, but we'll be warming up a little bit as we get into the day. And then we have a gradual warm-up for the rest of the week, but I'll dive right into it in the full forecast coming up.
All right, we'll see you then, Nicole. Thank you. Wisconsin has more than 100,000 visually impaired residents, and today La Crosse is recognizing them through White Cane Safety Day. Mayor Mitch Reynolds made that proclamation at City Hall this morning. It's part of a national effort to highlight safety for visually impaired pedestrians. Congress established this day back in 1964 to raise awareness about white cane laws and pedestrian safety measures.
For me, it means independence and freedom to move about my community. Whether I'm utilizing a white cane or my guide dog.
Reynolds also declared October as Pedestrian Safety Month, an opportunity to implement safety features like sidewalks, accessible pedestrian signals, and curb ramps. The Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office is hosting a fundraiser for its Kid and Cops events at the Altoona Family Restaurant, raising funds for the department's free winter clothing donation event in December. After, officers will spend time with children and families, aiming to strengthen ties between law enforcement and the community. Still to come on News 8 Now at noon, did you know most fire deaths happen in homes without working smoke alarms? Consumer Reports will reveal its top picks for budget-friendly detectors when we come back.
Now is the time to take advantage of Beyer Cabinets Fall Countertop Sale. Now through October 31st, receive $250 off our wide selection of beautiful natural stone and quartz countertops. Stop in today. Beyer Cabinets, West Salem.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Harris will lower the cost of living and cut taxes for middle-class families.
Because I strongly believe when the middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala Harris for president. The United Associations Union Plumbers and Pipefitters vote PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Billionaire banker Eric Hovde has a plan for Social Security.
Do you favor either raising the retirement age or cutting benefits?
I favor both.
Raising the retirement age?
You have to start changing the retirement age.
Hovde wants to raise the retirement age as high as 72. And Hovde just proposed cutting Social Security by 28%, costing the average beneficiary more than $6,000 a year. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
Liberal Rebecca Cook. She's cooked up quite a story about herself. The truth? Cook is a slick political operative who pocketed almost $200,000 electing Democrat extremists. Cook supported radicals pushing open borders, defunding police, and ending cash bail. No wonder New York radical AOC is spending big money to elect phonies like Cook. Rebecca Cook. A liberal recipe for disaster. Strategic Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Now is the time to take advantage of Buyer Cabinets Fall Countertop Sale. Now through October 31st, receive $250 off our wide selection of beautiful natural stone and quartz countertops. Stop in today. Buyer Cabinets, West Salem.
Welcome back. The cost to insure your home has skyrocketed, you may have noticed, and those rates are expected to keep rising, especially in places where severe weather is more likely. Even before Hurricanes Milton and Helene caused massive property damage in Florida, home insurance premiums were up more than 50% in that state. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says there are two driving factors behind the increases.
One is that home prices have gone up by so much. And then also, of course, the inflationary surge means home rebuilding costs a lot more. Add to that climate change. Those events are so frequent now. And the insurance company said in order to actually insure people properly, we have to raise the premiums. And that accounts for this massive 50% increase across the board.
Schlesinger says potential home buyers should consider the climate risks when purchasing a home. Zillow has introduced a new tool that measures flood, wildfire, and other risk factors. Insurance premiums now account for about 25% of mortgage payments in those high-risk areas. October is Fire Prevention Month, which is a good time to resurface a sobering statistic. 3 out of 5 fire deaths happen in homes with either no smoke alarms or no working smoke alarms. The good news, though, is that a high-quality alarm can cost less than $20. And now Consumer Reports is making finding the best, most budget-friendly smoke and carbon monoxide alarms for your family even easier.
Simon Glinsick and his family were lucky to make it out of their home after a dryer caught fire.
Smoke was like white smoke billowing out of the dry area. It just went so fast. It's just still mind-boggling. It boggles my mind.
Today, many house fires burn faster, hotter, and deadlier than ever.
40 years ago, you would have had 17 minutes to get out of a house on fire. Today, just 3.
That's because many newer homes have open floor plans with fewer walls and doors, allowing the fire to travel faster and more freely. Another factor?
A lot of homes today have furnishings made with synthetic materials like plastic and particle board, which burn much quicker than, say, solid wood.
So getting an early fire warning and then getting out is more important than ever. This advice from the National Fire Protection Association makes it easy. Install an alarm on each floor, test at least once a month, and replace after 10 years. Now, Consumer Reports exclusive smoke and fire alarm ratings are free, so no membership is required. This dual-sensor smoke detector from SimpliSafe received top scores for detecting both flames and smoldering fires. It's battery-operated, which means you won't need a professional to hardwire it. It can also be interconnected, so if one alarm sounds off, the others will follow. This battery-powered smoke detector from Kidde also received top scores for detecting both flaming and smoldering fires. This Ciderwell smoke detector from Walmart is another good option and comes with a 10-year battery. This is David Fazekas.
And we've made accessing CR's free smoke and carbon monoxide alarms easy. There's a link on our website. That wraps up your afternoon consumer news. As we head to break, we'll take a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next.
So one of the things I really liked is the agenda sheet. I found to be very helpful because it clearly outlined what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. So there was no surprises.
Are you in need of a new driveway or parking lot? Call North Central Paving for all your asphalt needs. We specialize in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installation. Call North Central Paving today.
With Tammy Baldwin, we've gotten extreme policies that are hurting our families. Baldwin voted to let boys compete in girls' sports, and she co-sponsored a bill to force women to share locker rooms with biological men. Worse, Baldwin's bill would force domestic violence shelters to admit biological men, even though survivors say it would cause significant trauma for women in those shelters. Tammy Baldwin has endangered Wisconsin families. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I work hard and do things the right way. Tammy Baldwin doesn't. She pretends she's standing up for the working people. But the truth is, she's cozying up to Wall Street. Baldwin's girlfriend is a Wall Street executive who helps the rich avoid paying taxes and benefited from the massive bailouts Tammy voted for. Tammy and her girlfriend get richer while we struggle. Tammy Baldwin is a fraud.
I'm Eric Hovde and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Contact North Central Paving to make your life smoother.
So the water testing was very helpful because it confirmed what I thought was potentially the problem, and that our water softener and filter were not working like they should be, and the water testing confirmed that. So we knew it needed to be done.
Many countries could cut their rate of premature death in half. A study out of Duke University recommended governments invest in childhood immunizations and low-cost prevention for diseases, tuberculosis, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. The authors say if more countries follow these recommendations, a person born in 2050 could have an 85% chance of living to age 70. Use of the life-saving drug naloxone is growing, but not fast enough. Naloxone is used to reverse opioid drug overdoses, and it can be used by anyone, even without medical training. A study from The Ohio State University found the use of the drug by bystanders rose more than 40% between 2020 and 2022. But still, in 96% of cases, it was used by emergency workers. More cyclists would wear helmets if they were provided with a free one and given education and periodic reminders. A study in Denmark looked at why cyclists don't wear helmets, with the most common reason being because they didn't own one or they found them inconvenient. But rates of helmet use increased after cyclists were given a free helmet and information on how much they prevent injuries. Those were some of the day's top health headlines. As we take a live look outside now from CityCam 8, Nicole is in next with our forecast.
ADHD, ADD, mouth breathing, and bedwetting are signs your child may have a myofunctional disorder. If left untreated, it may cause other health problems. There is help with myofunctional therapy at Allen Dental. Contact Allen Dental today to schedule your evaluation.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
He thinks he's better than us. Derek Van Orden said, "I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman." So it's no surprise Derek Van Orden would cut Social Security and Medicare. and give more tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy. We earned those benefits with every paycheck, but Derek Van Orden thinks he's better than us. Don't let Derek Van Orden cut Social Security and Medicare. Your community PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I am your father.
At Allen Dental, we have hope for excessive snoring and disrupted sleep. Come to us for myofunctional therapy and oral sleep appliance.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Well, I've said it the last few mornings, but this morning was another cool one. Each morning just keeps getting colder, breaking those mindsets that we have that we can get a little bit colder for this time of year, as we should be. And then we're going to warm up a little bit today after we had that colder morning, but it's not going to warm up too much. We'll have mostly sunny conditions, but still looking at possibly being the coolest day of the week with that warm up coming later in the week. And then we have below freezing temperatures again tonight, going to be the coldest morning that we have going into Wednesday morning. But we're actually going to be a little bit warmer as we get throughout those daytime hours as we continue to warm up as we go towards the end of the week. Here's our look at our highs for today. We're looking at getting 55 in La Crosse, 53 in Eau Claire. Much of the area should be reaching the 50s apart from a couple locations, Ladysmith, Royal Grove, just hanging on to those upper 40s. So again, a cooler one, even though that sun will be out as we get later in the day. It's still going to feel a little bit cool out there as we go throughout the day. Again, here's that normal high, 62. So we're pretty far below that. Our normal low, believe it or not, is 42 for this time of year. We're very far below that the last few days. As we go towards the evening, we're going to be dropping off pretty quickly, already at 37 by 11 p.m. So it's going to get cold out there pretty fast. We do have another freeze alert out for about half of our area. Now you might be wondering, why aren't the areas up here getting the freeze alert? They're still going to freeze tonight, although you guys up there have gotten so many freezing nights already that we don't even need to worry about warning you. You're used to it already. Some folks south of I-90 still haven't gotten that freeze yet, so those freeze alerts are still going to be issued throughout those areas. Here's a look at those lows. Again, everyone should get below freezing tonight. We're looking at a low in La Crosse getting to 30 degrees, 26 in Eau Claire. Those colder spots like Sparta and Black River Falls seeing the low 20s, maybe dipping into the teens, although can't say for certain yet. It's going to be cold no matter which way you look at it. And then going into the afternoon, it's going to get warmer. We're actually going to be warmer going into tomorrow. After we get through that chillier morning, we're seeing a high of 61 in La Crosse, 60 in Eau Claire, finally seeing those 60s again after this little bit of a cooler stretch. Here's that freeze forecast again. Pretty certain we're seeing our first widespread hard freeze across the area. As we go into Thursday morning, there could be some areas that see a light freeze or frost, but after that, again, we're warming up going throughout the week. We're not really looking at these freeze probabilities to go around as we go towards the end of the week, maybe coming back later next week, but we'll get a little bit of a break from it. Now, it can't be fall without not being able to have a perfect fall day. Even as we continue to warm up, actually getting near average on Thursday, it's going to be windy. So those temperatures will be back, but the wind is coming right back with it. Here, as we go into the afternoon for Thursday, we're looking at wind speeds around 20 miles an hour, although those will decrease as we go into the evening. So it won't be a total bust of a day, but that could make an impact on those beautiful trees we have out there. We're getting close to peak foliage in La Crosse, so I would definitely encourage you to go out and maybe do a little hiking and view them if you have the time tomorrow, because those winds could really make an impact on blowing those trees off. It's going to be pretty nice tomorrow, getting up close to 60, so it won't be the worst hiking conditions. And I haven't really had the chance to get out there and enjoy the leaves yet, so I might try to find the time. Going to be a little bit chillier in the morning though. As we move throughout the rest of the week, we're going to be seeing those highs get closer to the low 70s, which feels like almost a heat wave for this time of year. That's almost 20 degrees above average.
Wow.
So It's going to feel nice, though.
Yes,
after
looking
this
forward
colder
to it.
stretch.
Yeah, and the
Definitely not
leaves
gonna
are
be thinking
so
about
beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, I
love to see
need to
them.
get out and see them.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully
Thank
they
you.
stay throughout the weekend.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Coming up, 1,200 credit union employees, 400 bikes, and countless smiles. How an Arizona company is peddling hope for foster kids. Hear their heartwarming story next.
I've met so many people in western Wisconsin looking for a change. We need fresh ideas to tackle the issues families are facing every day. Inflation, healthcare costs, tax relief. In November, vote for someone putting in the legwork to find solutions. Vote Ryan Hipsch for Assembly.
It was a good decision having my wife here. I couldn't do it no more. I took care of her for 6 years. I feel that she's safe here. I feel that anytime that she's got a problem, they can get a hold of me, and they have, and they've got a hold of me, which is really, I'm glad that they have. And I've sat in the hallway and watched people bring their loved ones in here, and they were nervous and that, but there's nothing to be nervous about. They just take really good care of you at this facility. And that's what it's all about. As long as your wife is happy, or your husband, when you come to a place like this, that's all you're asking for, that they're happy.
Kamala opened our borders and supported amnesty for illegal immigrants, making them eligible for Social Security and Medicare. Their open borders will bankrupt Social Security and Medicare, hurting American seniors. Senator Baldwin supports making illegals eligible for free benefits and voted for higher taxes on Social Security. Now she's lying about Eric Hovde again. The truth, Eric Hovde will always protect Social Security.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Is your vehicle loan taking you for a ride? Get behind the wheel and take the road less expensive with Ultra's competitive vehicle loan options. With knowledgeable loan professionals, an easy application, and no payments for 90 days, Ultra's here to pave the way for a smoother road ahead. Apply today at driveultra.org, then lean back and enjoy the ride. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life, 1 mile at a time.
Racist and offensive. Ryan Hipsch's social media history tells us who he really is. In one post, Hipsch said that he wanted a hat with the N-word embroidered on it. In another, Hipsch aims a rifle and comments that he can't wait to kill Muslims using a slur. Then wrote, LOL, that was racist. And that's just the beginning. Hipsch's social media posts are full of degrading terms for women and people with disabilities. Tell Ryan Hipsch that his agenda is too extreme for the Cooley region.
Steve Doyle says,
I'm working for you.
Unless, of course, you're a senior on fixed income or middle-class family. Steve Doyle voted against bipartisan tax relief to help you with rising costs. Steve Doyle, playing political games, not working for us.
Welcome back. 1,200 employees from an Arizona credit union played a pivotal role in a big donation of bikes for foster children. On Monday, Desert Financial Credit Union workers assembled more than 400 bikes. The bikes will be delivered to the Foster Alliance, a nonprofit that helps children across Arizona. The nonprofit group handpicks bikes for each child. They also receive a helmet, bike lock, and card signed by the assemblers. Stay with us. We'll have one more check of your forecast when we come back.
There's been a lot of interest these days. Interest is growing in our rewards-based Kasasa checking account with 3.55 annual percentage yield. Interested? Contact us at Park Bank. Member FDIC.
Politics these days stinks. Too much hot air, and you know what else. But I'm no stranger to putting in a hard day's work and getting the job done. I have a history of bipartisan accomplishments. It's a hard job, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I can reach across the aisle and pass good bills just as easily as I can walk across the barnyard with my shovel. So whether it's doing chores on the farm or passing bills in Madison, I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm ready to get back to work for you.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland. As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're toughed with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese. But it's the smiles we put on your face when with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
My name is Bill. I am retired. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I live here in Wisconsin. I am not a political person, but Eric Hovde doesn't understand how important Social Security and Medicare are around here. I'm on Social Security, and Hovde said he absolutely supported cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Imagine working longer, paying into the system, and then poof, you're paying your bills with less. He knows it. Cutting Social Security and Medicare will cost us. He just doesn't care.
WinSenate is responsible for the content of this message.
Lance Hauser enjoys working at Park Bank because it's community-driven and family-first. Lance really enjoys playing with his kids. Lance enjoys the teamwork of ownership and staff. Visit Lance at Park Bank in Sparta to talk about your financial dreams and a certain favorite football team.
Today we're seeing highs stick in the 50s and then slowly warming up, getting up to the low, maybe even mid-70s by the weekend. It'll be a nice weekend if the leaves can hang on after that breeze.
Yeah, we're hoping they are, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer. Thanks, Nicole. Thank you for joining us. We will see you back here tonight.